Welcome to the second video. This is again basic preparation steps because I always tell my students, okay, it's highly necessary to um, get things into place before starting anything you would like to do. Okay, so let's get the basic preparation steps. Let's revise all the points I've told you in a different way, and then we can go ahead and understand the course. Okay, here is a step by step approach to IELTS preparation. The first step you got to do is decide whether you're doing general training or an academic uh, exam pattern. Okay, so the academic IELTS is definitely different from general training. Okay, let's compare the two types of the IELTS test. Okay, academic IELTS is for people hoping to go to university and getting certain types of jobs like doctors, okay, paramedical professionals and all that. Whereas general training is for people hoping to migrate to an English speaking country, for example, United Kingdom, US, and then America in general, and also Australia, New Zealand, and countries like that. Okay, they would specifically mention that they need an IELTS GT or IELTS academic in your application form itself for certain jobs. Okay, so you can always decide on it. Okay, now what is the difference between these two? Listening and speaking exam are exactly the same for academic and GT. You should prepare for speaking and listening in the same way. Okay, the reading contains the same types of question for both academic and GT, but the reading texts are different. The difficulty level or the style of the text will be different. And then academic tests have academic topics, and general texts generally are of everyday life in an English speaking country. And academic writing consists of the task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is always asking you to write a report on graph, chart, or a process or a map. Whereas task 1 of the GT will ask you for a letter to an English speaking person, and task 2 will be the same as academic. So that is the way the difference is. Okay, so always know the basic information about each part of the test. Like for example, what is the step 1? Step 1 is you should understand that listening exam is around 30 minutes. Okay, it consists of 4 sections of 40 questions totally, 10 questions in each section. Okay, and then the difficulty level is slowly risen, so the initial questions will be very easy to listen to, and then further we go it will be a little difficult. Okay, and step 2 is reading. Reading is a 60 minutes paper. Okay, if you are writing a paper and pen exam, or you can also take a IELTS online exam. We will see in the next video what is the exact difference between these two, and this consists of 3 sections and 40 questions again. Okay, step 3 is speaking test. Oh no, speaking test is for 11 to 14 minutes. It consists of 3 parts. It means you are talking with an examiner. It's an in-person exam. There is no online version for this. Okay, while writing an academic, I told you it will be a little different. Task 1 will be report on graph, chart, map, or a process. Task 2 will be an essay, and the writing task for general test or general training will be 60 minutes again, but the task 1 will be letter writing to an English speaking person, and task 2 will be an essay. Okay, again the difficulty level or the topics will change according to academic or general training. Okay, and the step 3 will be always set realistic goals. Okay, realistic is the keyword here. Okay, there is a big difference between the score you want and this score you are really realistically going to get. Okay, effective preparation will help you succeed. Okay, I believe that I will ensure that you get the best score you can possibly get. Okay, but don't believe in miracles. Okay, so fourth thing is understanding marking criteria. Okay, the teacher of this course will also explain to you the band scores, what do they mean, okay, in a separate video, and how examiners decide them, official marking criteria used to mark the test. Okay, now here is a simple sample. Okay, this is directly proportional to the correct answers out of 40. I said each section gets 40 questions. So suppose you get 16 to 17 questions right, it'll be 5, 18 to 22, 5.5, 23 to 25, 6, 26 to 29, 6.5, 30, 31 will be 7, 32 to 34 will be 7.5, and comes the toughest part, getting 35 to 36 questions will be 8, and 37, 38 will be 8.5, and 39 and 40 will be 9. I told you the questions are variated according to the difficulty level. So if you look at your attempt, usually first 15-16 questions will be very easy. Okay, usually Indians who have studied in state board or central board can easily get around 6.5 if you have done the English medium. If you have done any other language medium, it is a bit difficult but definitely achievable. 6.5 is the minimum scores usually these students get whom I have met. Okay, now your challenge is how to make the 6.5 to 8. Okay, that is how to get that 5-6 questions extra in the paper. That is as simple as that. This is what we are going to work out for the next 90 odd hours. Okay, now understand the different question types. Okay, so there are 10 different types of questions for reading and listening. Again, there are more than 10 different kinds of questions in the writing test also. Now knowing these will give you definitely a huge advantage, because each of them require a different approach and strategy. Okay, I have all of them lined up in each of the skills in the sections below. Okay, and as I told you, you have to perfect your IELTS skills. Okay, now there are very many approaches, very many strategies. Okay, every time you do a course you will learn something different. Okay, for example, do you know how to write an effective introduction and conclusion? Do you know how to develop your answers into specific speaking test? Okay, and do you know how to quickly locate the correction information in the reading tests? All of the tests will be addressed in the course. Okay, now the first thing I would always say is improve your vocabulary, because vocabulary is a huge part of the IELTS test. It covers nearly 25% of your total mark in speaking and writing. It is also tested in the reading and the listening test. Okay, you have to implement a vocabulary improvement plan as quickly as possible. Okay, I will give you a lot of tips during my course. We will also have separate vocabulary section for each module which I am planning to give. Okay, and definitely you have to practice English every day. When it comes to improving your English, there is really no substitute for practicing a little every day. Okay, there are hundreds if not thousands of ways you can practice every day. It doesn't have to be boring in IELTS tests like what you do with other centers. My most successful students have also found something that they enjoy doing is English, and then they do it regularly. The more you use English, okay, the more your skills will improve and higher the chances of you getting the scores you need. Okay, so you should do practice tests definitely. Okay, that is the ninth step. Okay, in order to establish what current band score you are getting, also to familiarize yourself with the test. Okay, the final test. There are two things I should warn you here before doing out these tests. The first thing is there are a lot of fake tests. Okay, so be very careful when you find some online test. Okay, is it an official test? Are the scores really official? Because fake tests can be really misleading, and they often prevent the students from understanding what the real test is. Okay, always go for Cambridge past paper books. Okay, I will get you the link for this in my thing, and you can also practice from most reliable sources of the practical tests. Okay, like British Council, IELTS Essentials, and also IDP websites. Okay, the second thing I would like to warn you is don't make these the only part of your IELTS preparation. Lots of my students whom I know do IELTS practice test all day, every day. Most of them improve very little. Okay, they should only be used as a test of current ability. Your current ability. You should spend most of your time improving your English, okay, your level of English, and also your skills. Okay, if you are practicing all the week, okay, you should only really be doing one or two practice tests. In other way, they should be a very small part but very important part of your preparation. Okay, I will be giving you a resource guide and then a practice guide, okay, which will contain a lot of practice study materials. Okay, so we enter the final part of this video, okay, where I'm going to get your speaking and writing assessed on a regular basis. So definitely you can send your recordings to the link which is provided. Okay, it is very important that you get a qualified teacher to assess your speaking and writing on a regular basis, so that you will know what is your current level, but more importantly they will also be able to tell you what your weaknesses are. Okay, this is probably the most important part of your IELTS preparation. So if you don't know what your weaknesses are, you're really wasting a lot of time, because you have no idea what to focus on, how to improve, and you cannot improve at all. Okay, the most effective strategy for IELTS preparation is to find out what your weaknesses are. You get them away, work on them, and then come back and have your work assessed by an experienced IELTS teacher. So I am planning to put a lot of elements here in this course, wherein I give you regular feedback. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this session. Meet you in the next video.